With the release of version 1 of Le Mans Ultimate, they did a 2.4 hours of Le Mans, a solo multi-class endurance race consisting of Hypercars and Gt3. With just enough safety rating of Silver 3, I decided to give it a try and see how it goes. I also did miss qualifying because I decided to go eat, so I would be starting at the back of the grid. But I really wasn't too fast and really only wanted to finish the race. Anything extra was just a bonus. I took the first lap slow and mostly just stayed behind the big train of cars, and safely making it past lap 1, I decided to relax a little bit, and just as I let my guard down, I had a lapse of concentration which resulted in me hitting the wall into Indianapolis, resulting in a suspension damage. I honestly thought about going to bed considering it was past midnight in real life, but it was a long race and I was so close to silver safety rating, so I boxed for repairs and went back out again. After nearly 2 minutes of repair time, I was basically on an island. So I decided instead of pushing, I'll try find my own rhythm and set consistent laps and see what happens. There was a lot of things I'd have to figure out while I was driving. How to stay out of trouble in hypercar traffic, how to drive in the rain, while also not losing focus for the next 2-ish hours. Eventually the hypercar field caught up to me and I tried to stay as predictable as possible, giving way to the faster hypercars as much as I could. I mostly just wanted to drive and not get involved in any accidents. It was also pretty cool watching the hypercars just fly by as if you're not moving at 250 something kilometers per hour yourself. About an hour into the race, the sun started to set and I was just in the zone. I wasn't setting blistering lap times, but I was making couple places here and there with whatever was happening up ahead. Also, racing into the evening as the sun went down was quite the view. The game looks amazing in golden hour, and I was just enjoying the scenery while driving as much as I could. As night fell, I started to zone out a little bit. Not in a bad way, but more in a calming way, where everything else just fades away and the only thing keeping you grounded in reality is the virtual engine noise of my virtual car. It was a very different experience and I was honestly enjoying every second of it. So much so that I think driving at night might have become my favorite thing. Eventually I had to come into the pits to take more fuel. I really should have stayed out an extra lap, but for some reason I didn't think 1.4 laps of fuel would be enough. Don't know why, but it was late, so we'll ignore that for now. Turns out, while I was mostly on an island driving by myself, I've gained about 8 places, going from P28 to P19. While pit stops will change the order since I was out of sequence, I made a surprising amount of places just by staying alive. With a pretty uneventful second night stint, I came back to the pits for more fuel and new tires. With morning light starting to break, the weather honestly looked fine, but we all knew the rain was coming, and it was really only a matter of time until it started to fall. At the end of the outlap, the rain did start to fall. A lot of people boxed early for wet tires, but the track itself was pretty dry and grippy, so I decided to stay out as long as possible and try use up as much fuel as I can to maximize my stint time, and hope that I don't bin it and send my car into a wall, of course. I did miss my braking point into the 4 chicanes, which kinda just sent me into the pit lane, so I decided to take that as my hint to box for new wet tires. I think that's an illegal pit, but I haven't been... The game is okay with it. With basically no experience driving in the rain, I carefully left the pits and tiptoed my way around for my outlap. A couple laps later, the rain was starting to get really bad, so I drove only as fast as I could handle, which wasn't very fast at all. I was pretty terrified of putting any excess amounts of lateral forces, especially in the Porsche curves, because I didn't want to spin, considering I've never driven in the rain before until now. I was also thinking that with the wet conditions, just staying in one piece would hopefully net me some more places for when people potentially do spin or crash. With about 20 minutes left of the race, the rain was falling heavier, and I was pretty terrified. My only focus was keeping the car within the white lines and not going for an unexpected donut. After the slow, terrifying 20 minutes, I eventually came across the finish line in P15.
Oh my god, 2.4 hours is done.
I was relieved and kinda buzzed. I was happy to just make it to the end, but finishing P15 meant I was in the top half of the GT3 field. To take things a step further, I'd finally made it to silver safety rating, which means I now have access to more race options, especially the weekly events.
Let's go! Guys, I got silver 1 from that race. Oh, that's so huge.
And yeah, I'd now done my first ever endurance race, if you can call a 2-hour race an endurance race. But I had a pretty good time, and maybe next time I can try aim for a top 10 finish.